They rush for 351 yards. Sargent loose. Michigan may have it. And they do. So instead of turning the ball over on their first offensive series, the Wolverines force a turnover on Iowa's forced offensive series. Ambry Thomas.
By Khaleke Hudson, number 7. Watch him stand up the fullback, and he's in the hole, and he's the one that kind of initiates contact. Then Aiden Hutchinson, 97, comes in from the right side, and he's the one that knocks the ball loose. It'll be interesting to see if that left knee was down before the ball was out.
David Long, third-round pick to the Rams. Stanley goes through his progressions and is sacked. Kwity Paye. A loss of 6, and who could forget the big Kwity Paye play against Army?
Watch him work on the inside. See that move? He gives that step outside with his right foot, and that moves Alaric Jackson, who's back in the lineup after an injury this season.
At Iowa. Stanley delivers to the sideline. And picked off by the Wolverines. Josh Metellus. First turnover. First interception of the year for Nate Stanley.
Middle of the field, so he tries to throw the inside fade. The slot receiver's going to run a fade, but that was a great job by Metellus reading what was going on. That was Gus called max protection. No other routes out there except for the 2 on the outside. It gets cold like this, and as a quarterback, you're not quite as loose, and sometimes it's harder to put enough on the ball.
On 2nd and 4, Michigan. Some good defense there. Carlo Kemp, who we had a chance to visit with yesterday.
Last game, they're number 2 scoring defense in the country, giving up only 7.5 points per game.
First down and 10 at the 46. They'll run it. This is Smith-Marset. And he tries to cut it back. Bottled up. Khaleke Hudson, the senior and leader for this Michigan defense. Stanley. With time. Stanley. And he's sacked. Kwity Paye again. Second sack of the day for the Wolverines.
Now to the coverage, because the coverage was terrific. And this ID there is on all the way to the defensive end, and then he gets inside and just continues to work. The coverage was great down the field, and now this is exactly where Michigan flourishes.
Here's Stanley. In trouble, Stanley. Nobody even close to the football. Incomplete.
Yeah, and the flag's going to come out. This is the correct call. Stanley knows it. He's frustrated. He's right in the middle of the pocket.
Sargent. Nowhere. Carlo Kemp. Sargent trying to get through the hole, and he'll be tackled for a loss. And Michigan defense ready for the run.
Particular when it comes to field position.
2nd and 10. Stanley to throw. Winds up deep in the corner. And intercepted again. Lavert Hill. He was in the pocket of Tyrone Tracy.
Going to get pressure from this side right into Stanley's face. Doesn't allow him to step into his throw. But the defense by Lavert Hill was special. He beats him off the line of scrimmage and stays on top. See him stay on top, then he can run the route for the wide receiver. It's like he was the wide receiver. We've seen some corners get beat right off the jump. And
play fake. Stanley looking. Stanley steps up. Stanley rolling out, and Nate Stanley is going to be sacked. Kwity Paye again. 4th sack of the day for the Wolverines. 2nd for Kwity Paye. Here's Stanley to throw on 4th down. Stanley over the middle and picked off. Thomas grabbed it. 3rd interception for Stanley in this game. 4th overall for Iowa.
What a play from the freshman, Daxton Hill, on coverage. And watch Hill. Hill is going to be racing across your screen from the right. Here he gets a piece of the ball.
Here's Stanley to throw under pressure. Escapes. Gets it away. Ooh, and some hard hitting for the Michigan defense there. Khaleke Hudson finished it up. Stanley. Screen. Sargent tripped up and taken down. Lavert Hill read it nicely. Quarter, 2nd and 5. Stanley, deep drop, steps up and sacked again. This time it's Michael Dana in for Kwity Paye.
Play some of his best ball here inside of 10 minutes of the fourth.
2nd and 4 on the play fake. Stanley! And he's sacked. Great blitz by Michigan, Glasgow. Stanley under pressure again. He's sacked again. Cameron McGrone, 7th sack of the day for the Wolverines. Stanley under pressure. Stanley dropped again. Cameron McGrone, first man to him, 8th sack of the day for the Wolverines.
They have used this pressure time and time again. Watch, you're going to have 3 Michigan Wolverines on this side. This is a blown protection because you've got 2 Iowa offensive linemen that are essentially blocking nobody, and it allows the linebacker, McGrone, to come in scot-free, pin him way back behind the 50, and force a punt. Give a lot of credit to Don Brown because he found that pressure.